The wrappers of the food will be in the bathroom.
Wait,
and then sometimes I'll bring the food. I sleep eat.
You eat more asleep than you do awake.
Yes, I do.
That's kind of efficient, actually. You just don't.
It's not great. That's not the time you're supposed to eat. That's like the only time you're not supposed to eat is when you're sleeping.
Welcome to Guys We...
Hello, citizens of this crazy planet called Earth. How are you? Drink some water, wear a seatbelt, and welcome to another episode of Guys We...
It's the Anti-Slut Shaming Podcast. I'm Corinne Fisher.
I'm Krystyna Hutchinson.
Welcome to the show.
Hey, you want to email us? Well, you're in luck. Sorry about last night's show at gmail.com. That's where you send your dilemma to, all your pickles. Today's subject line, help me decide if I should have another baby. Nah, just adopt. Hi, Corinne and Krystyna, longtime listener and loyal fucker here. First time sending an email. I know this isn't quite in your scope of expertise. Sure. But I'm interested in your perspective on this and value your advice, so I figured I'd give it a shot. Some background info. My husband and I have been together for almost 10 years, married for 5. I'm 34, he's 35, and we have one daughter who's absolutely the best part of either of our lives. She's 3 and is an absolute force. Having her was by far the best choice we ever made and makes sense for us. We're kind of boring people, to be honest, and have loved the experience of raising a child so far and getting to experience watching a baby become their own person. That sounds nice. That said, when we got pregnant with her, we were 100% sure that's what we wanted, and we're open to any lifestyle changes and risks that might come with that decision. Now we've been talking about having a second child, and I'm truly torn on what to do. I think about it every day and constantly go back and forth. Here are some of my thought processes on pros and cons.
I mean, I can answer this right now.
I mean, your pros, I'm looking at the list. You have 4 pros and you have a billion cons. Pros, another person to deeply love, the experience of raising a second child, someone for my daughter to share the experience of growing up with, hopefully someone for her to have throughout her life, even when we're gone. Cons, warning, this list is much longer. Yeah, I see that. More expensive, less time for ourselves, going through daycare again, $100,000 from age 1 to 5? What the hell? I don't want a kid this week. Another person to worry about. This is my husband's biggest concern. Well, that's a big one. Another miserable pregnancy. I was healthy but had HG, threw up all day, every day.
What's HG?
HG? I don't know.
Eric, Google HG,
Hormone,
please.
I don't know. HG in terms of pregnancy. Risks to my... Yeah?
Hypermesis. I'm saying this. These are there's so many E's
Try
in
your
between.
best.
Hyperemesis.
What does it do?
A severe form of nausea and vomiting during pregnancy.
Oh, that's what Amy Schumer had. Okay.
Risks to my health and life, possibly of child having life-altering disabilities, possibility of multiples. What? I mean, okay.
I think she's talking
Just
about
like
because she's going into geriatric, but people are having, so many more people are having babies at 40s, and they test for that. So, I mean, like... Yeah, I mean, and also that's something you have to think about with
Regardless.
every child.
Right. Less money to spend on children's interests. Family lives far away, opposite coast, so we would have no family to help right now. No sleep almost killed us the first time. Yeah, that part would murder me. Daughter would only sleep in 2-hour chunks until she was 2. We barely made it through, and I don't know how we would handle this again. Okay, so obviously the cons list is way longer, but some of the pros seem like they would hold more weight than the cons. Overall, I'm just so scared I'll regret not having another child or that my current child will resent me for taking this selfish way out. I don't know. I know a lot of only children, and none of them are pissed they don't have siblings. It's kind of like you don't know if you don't have it. You don't know what you're missing, you know? That being said, I don't know what I would do without my brother. There are so many benefits for us to be one and done. Sometimes it truly feels like the best of both worlds between being child-free and having children. Yeah, I'll say. We get to have a child, but also have time for ourselves and enough money for her and us. But it also feels selfish to not just have another baby and make her go through this harsh world alone once we're gone.
I mean, she's going to have friends.
The power of girlfriends is like, nothing beats that. Come on. Very important side note. My husband is very strongly leaning towards staying one and done. Okay, so that's a big one because I kind of would want the guy to have more interest in having a baby than me. That way I know he would help. Like he says he's open to talking about it, but when we do, his opinion that it would be too much for us stays the same. He's happy with things as they are right now. I know this isn't a normal topic you guys cover, but I would love to hear your feedback. Is it selfish to just have one child, or is it more selfish to have another? Am I setting my daughter up for a boring life?
I mean, I think it's selfish to have kids, period, hard stop, when there's kids that need to be adopted.
Dude.
So that's the unpopular opinion, because I have an adopt, don't shop mentality. And like that being said, like
Children
I
and
totally
pets.
get why people have kids. And yeah, like I was like, I don't know. Like, it's not like I would be like, that's not the reason that I wouldn't have kids. I would have one and then be like, oh, I know I'm being selfish. There's plenty of things that I do that I know I'm being selfish.
Sure.
But like, if we're talking, if your concern is being selfish, you already did it because there's a million kids that don't have homes.
Yeah.
So sleep easy at night. Don't worry about it.
The amount of wars that are currently going on in the world, not just in Ukraine and in Gaza, is crazy. And I'm like, oh wow, there's got to be so many kids up for adoption in these war-torn countries. I'm like,
there's so many kids up for adoption.
If you don't want to be selfish, adopt a kid.
Right here in the New York City foster care system, because people always think about, because people only want babies, so that's why they have to go international. There's a hordes of 9-year-olds who are never going to have a fucking family in the foster care system in America. And there's also all types of issues with like white people adopting black kids or black families adopting white kids because we have this thought that they're not going to be able to give the people what they need. I'm like, let me tell you, family is whatever color is better than no family.
I would say that is absolutely correct.
End of story. What the are we even talking about right now? Like, we have access to information, and any parent who loves their kid will do a good job of making sure the child is familiar and has a connection to their culture.
If my husband is leaning towards not having another, do I just need to accept this and move on? This is the first time in my life I haven't known exactly what I wanted.
You are boring.
And I'm freaking out. Any advice?
This is good for you. This is good for you.
Yeah, I don't think that, to me, all signs point to no. You're so happy with your life. And like I said, every child I know, all of my friends that don't have any siblings, they're fine. They're fine. They figured it out. They found a partner that most of them have kids, and then they have their own family. So it's like they don't need a sibling. I'm so thankful I have my sibling, and but that's an extreme case of you're my war buddy. So you guys seem a lot healthier than that. Like, you're not going to really royally fuck up your kids. I mean, we all kind of do, but it seems like your kid's in a good position. They're not going to really need to vent to a sibling about how you're a huge cunt. So I would say stick with one. And if you want another one, highly consider adopting, because my God, there's a lot of bad stuff happening in the world, and there's a lot of kids that don't have families, and they could use your. Honestly, I think it's great that you're boring. You'd probably be really healthy parents for an adopted kid. But there's a lot of research you got to do there.
I actually have a surprising answer. And it's so funny that this email came in, because this is something that I was randomly thinking about. I think it's because I was hanging out with my best friend, Paula, who is an only child. I was talking to her about, and there's other variables here, but we were just reminiscing about when I first met her in middle school. And even when I was like 12 years old, I just knew that she was handling so many more things than was normal for a child of her age. So I actually think part of the reason why is because we're in the first half of our lives, but I think as you go into the second half of your life, you will realize that I do recommend having another kid, and that's basically just to handle you and your husband's death. I know that is so macabre.
No, but it's going to happen.
But if you have one kid, the weight of having to handle a parent's death on your own, and I have adult friends who have had to handle this, is crushing. It's crushing when you have a sibling to help you. And this is something that friends are just not going to be there in the same way for, and shouldn't be expected to be. They're not going to, friends aren't going to show up at hospice with you. To handle a parent's death alone is is so hard. And I know that's a crazy reason to have a second child seemingly, and it's one that you wouldn't notice until the second half of your life, and your kids wouldn't even notice. Like, I do agree, like having an only a child is fine during, because I think most parents are thinking about childhood, about their children's socialization. I don't think that's necessary. As long as you're a house that's always open to play dates, and you just have to put a little bit more work on that end. But I'm talking about but so many parents, when they're making the decision to have children, only think about their kids' childhood. They don't think about their kids' adulthood. And adulthood, it's like, I feel like most people have one good and one bad, right? Like, so, or one half is struggle, one half is easy. So my childhood was nice and easy. My adulthood is much more difficult. And so, all I ask is that when you're making the decision to have kids, that you think about both halves of their lives.
Good point.
And for me, like, and watching my friend, I was specifically thinking of one friend who had to handle both of her parents' death by herself, and it was really, really difficult.
Oh my gosh.
And obviously some parents have an easy death. Like, there is something about like a parent just dropping dead out of nowhere, and I haven't experienced that. You know, maybe my mom will do it, but
no, bye.
No, but like as opposed to a long drawn out sickness where there's rehab, where there's hospice,
and all their money goes down the drain. And
it's money, it's the time, it's showing up, it's also the burden of having to make really heavy decisions, making the decision to put someone in hospice, you know, and palliative care, where we're no longer going to try to heal the ailment, where you're signing off on paperwork that says like, do not resuscitate. And you know, if something goes wrong, we're just letting this person die. I mean, these are big, heavy decisions, you know, that you have to make. And obviously, like, sometimes maybe like one of the spouses will still be alive, but if not, that is fully on the kids. So that, and then also, this is another super macabre one, and I'm sorry to go there, but like, what if something happens to your one child? And again, this is something that just happened to a friend of mine. So,
oh no,
her child passed away, and I know it sounds crazy to like have another kid as insurance, but they did it in the old day. Like, why do you think people had 8 kids, you know, in Oregon Trail times?
Yeah, the odds were slim that all of them were going to make it out alive.
You know, part of it was because obviously of like the lack of birth control and stuff, but part of it was like because they knew some of them weren't going to make it. And again, this is like the most macabre reason, but you know, that's what you're getting when you're getting advice from Corinne Fisher. You know, like if you lose one child and then you get, I don't know. And then
I still have one.
And
I never thought of that.
If you're like too old to have another one, you know, your marriage is definitely going to fall apart, basically. The odds of staying together after child death are very, look them up. This is all stuff I've researched.
Yeah, that is a widely known stat.
The statistic of staying together after death of a child, not good.
Yeah.
Again, my first reason is more the reason. The second one was something that has crossed my mind. What? Because you only have a small window of opportunity to procreate with that one person. Your husband will have a limitless time, but you don't.
I was going to say the positive way to spin that is maybe the second one, you have double the chance of you having like a Michael Jordan or a LeBron James, or you have like the second one could be...
Talk about selfish.
Could be better.
Well, here's a real life example. The Idaho college murders, I just watched a documentary about that. The guy is going to be in jail for the rest of his life now.
Right.
But he pled guilty, so there wasn't a motive revealed, which was so like, oh, why did you do it? But he killed 4 college students.
Right.
One of the students he killed had 2 other siblings. The student was the student was a triplet, so they had 2 other siblings. And then the other child killed, the mom only had that child, and that fucking mother's life. I felt like that was her pride and joy, was this daughter she had, and now this daughter was brutally murdered, and she just is alone and by herself. And I look at the other family that had 2 other children, and they are coming together. The 4 of them are like, they go on family vacations and they heal together. And then I'm like, I would way rather be in the situation where I had 2 siblings than just the one kid. Oh my God. So you make a fair point, Corinne.
I know this. Yeah. Well, I just feel like people don't think about like the really sad parts of life, and that's why you guys that's why you guys like react the way you do. I've spent so much time thinking about all the bad things, and like I got it. Like even my brother was like, he was just like, you seem to have like come to terms with this faster, and I was like, yeah, because it's like, I don't know. It's not like and I'm not talking about like a psychotic, like thinking about death nonstop. I do not do that. I'm not Mike Coscarelli. Shout out, miss you. But like I don't think about death nonstop. But like, you know,
think about life situations that could happen to a person.
Death is always lingering a little bit in the background of my life because it is a natural part of, I don't know, it's just a natural part of human existence. And I think there's so many people who just like don't talk about it at all. But like, yeah, I mean, part 2 of life is like a lot of death. Your friends,
family.
Your
heroes.
Paula and I this weekend went over all the people from our high school who are already dead.
Shit.
You know, high school class of 2003. A lot.
Really?
A lot. Like I can think of at least 4 drug overdoses.
Damn.
Car accident, cancer. Someone drowned on the senior trip.
Oh gosh.
And then, you know, she didn't go to high school with my childhood best friend is dead. Died at 34, you know, like dead.
Yeah, you got a lot of death.
So, you know, it's just a big part. And then also for the financial thing. So this is something that I think about a lot with like bringing boyfriends and stuff on trips. But true, like if you're paying for one person already to go on like a trip or do an experience, to add another one, actually, like if you're sharing hotel rooms and things like that, it's not that much more. I mean, like, yes, airfare, and obviously in your case, schooling is going to be the major expense, but
people always figure it out though.
Adding an additional like one person, I just don't think I also think like in modern parenting, people are buying their kids way too much stuff.
That's for goddamn sure.
You guys are just you're overdoing it.
I saw a mom on the subway where their kid was in a stroller. He had an iPad, and then he had an iPhone, and then he had another like weird, and the kid was like 2.
Yeah.
Like I
see the size of the diaper bags. I see all the stuff hanging from. You guys have been tricked by capitalism. You don't need all this stuff to raise kids. And I think child 2, people really understand what you got conned into buying and what you didn't need to buy at all. The daycare is different. So I'm guessing you guys both work. That was different for me because one of my parents stayed home and then like just worked when we were old enough to like walk ourselves to and from school. So that's like a different thing. I mean, do either of you have jobs where you could perhaps work from home for a little bit? I mean, I know it's hard to work from home though if you have a baby. You can't be like running back and forth to the computer. It's not the same.
Yeah, and does your work give you maternity leave, paternity leave? Like there's a lot of logistical things to figure out. But I think at the end of the day, whatever decision you make, it'll be the right one. But if you do decide to have a second kid, you're going to figure out the finance stuff. Because you're going to go, we need to make this much more money a month. Let's figure it out. Who's going to do the OnlyFans? Me or you, husband?
Yeah. I mean, bottom line is though, like both you and your husband have to be into it. So if he's not into it, I would say no.
I would no.
You know,
because then you're going to be stuck with most of the work.
But I would bring up the death thing. Maybe come in with like a big black veil over your face and tell him all that information that I just told you.
Start playing the funeral march on speaker.
Or be like, this could be the athlete.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. They're going to have LeBron. This could be them.
You never know.
All right. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, you can hear us other places, guys. Did you know that?
Did you? No?
Yeah. Well,
every Wednesday, I do Without a Country. I do Without a Country, 7 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, youtube.com/Without a Country. You can also join my Patreon to get one exclusive video news story, Boat Extra, every single week. So that's 4 per month. Patreon.com/Without a Country. It starts as little. I was like, what word is going here? As little as $6 a month. And it's great. The shows are very long. Lots of information packed in there.
Amazing. And I started working with an organization called Solace House, and I'm very excited to be partnering up with them. There is a cruise, but it's a 3-hour like Hudson River cruise. It's not like we're going to the Caribbean. It's a 3-hour cruise that takes place Thursday, September 18th. I'm going to be a keynote speaker on that cruise, and Dr. Jay Barnett is the other guest speaker. And it's The ship leaves at 6 p.m. It's a 3-hour cruise, and tickets start at $150. It includes an open bar, a gourmet dinner buffet, music, and you get to hear myself and Dr. Jay Barnett talk about mental health, about suicide prevention, and I've started writing my speech already, and it's fucking, I mean, not to brag, but it's going to be like really good and moving. And so, yeah, it's a night of community, a night of dancing, a night of drinking, and to celebrate and raise money and spread awareness for organizations like the Solace House that help out people. And if you are a New York State resident, you don't have to live in New York City, you are qualified to get help from Solace House. They provide therapy over Zoom, or in person, depending on where you live. And yeah, it's a great organization. They also have group therapy with licensed therapists, which I am not. For people who have been bereaved by suicide. So if you've had a family member or a friend commit suicide and you're having a really hard time, or you have a partner that threatens it, or whatever your relationship is to suicide, if you have one and it negatively affects your mental health and you're a resident of New York State, you are qualified to get free care from Solace House. Tickets to the website and tickets for this cruise on September 18th can be found in the link in my bio at Krystyna Hutch. And then I also have a Patreon where once a week we go on Zoom and shoot the shit and talk about what's going on in our lives. This last Zoom we had was really, I could do these Zooms for like hours. I usually only go like an hour and 15 minutes, but I'm like, man, I could have talked to you guys for like 2 more hours. And I love when themes come up and people are going through the same thing. This last week, 2 people in the Zoom are currently in relationships that are just kind of, they knew they're not good. You got to get out. And just have a conversation about, like, you know, how long is it going to take until you get out? And these are the reasons why you want to stay. And these are the reasons why the brain kind of wants to cling to something that isn't right to you, because we like what's familiar. And so we've just been having really, really good conversations. And if you're interested, it starts at $5 a month. It's patreon.com/Krystyna Hutchinson. How are you doing, Corinne?
Oh my God. Okay, so there was a guy I was walking behind on the way to the studio, and he was with his daughter and his wife. And this is what the back of his t-shirt said. It said, and it was written like, I don't know, like, you know, with skulls and like
a bunch of different fonts.
Yeah, for sure.
Wingdings.
It said, "I'm a proud daddy of a pretty daughter. If you make her cry, I'll make you bleed." And I looked at his daughter was like not more than like 14. Because she was like right next to him. Because I was like, let me get my first thought was, I was like, let me be the judge if your daughter is pretty enough that you need that t-shirt. Because I'm like, fucked up. I couldn't see her from the front, but from the back, she looked like she had really pretty hair. And like, no, it was like really curly, like caramel colored hair.
Yeah.
It was really nice. Well, and her mom was black and her dad was white. And I was like, she probably is really hot.
Yeah.
She probably is really hot.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
What a shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to think...
wear that on vacation in New York City also, which is just like not a city where we wear shirts like that.
Maybe he was listening to Fox News.
That's
about
a South Carolina shirt. Save that for your trip to South Carolina with Nancy Mace maybe running for governor. We don't need that here.
No.
We don't need that here.
Also, just like the type of masculinity that's like, if you want to meet my daughter, you need to meet my gun first.
Right.
Relax.
And it's also just so funny because obviously he's married to a woman. He is a straight man. For a straight man to wear a shirt like that is like, wow, pot calling the kettle black. Like, as if you have not made women cry. I was like, did anyone punch you in the face all the times you made women cry? Because I know you did.
No, yeah.
It's also like a natural part of life. It's like, so you're saying that you had a daughter and the gift you're going to give her in the world is like, you're never going to allow her to get hurt without beating, to a pulp the person who hurts her. Like, getting hurt is a part of life. And like in relationships, we will all do bad things. Like, sure, it's obviously mostly men doing the bad things, but women do bad things in relationships.
We can.
Too.
We can. Just give us a chance.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. I was just like, oh my God, what a crazy shirt.
Some of my girlfriends growing up, like, grew up with dads that were like kind of that machismo version of protected. Like, I need to meet your boyfriends and kind of intimidate them. And I never had that. Like, my dad wasn't like don't fuck with my daughter. Like he didn't have that vibe. And I was always like, oh, that sucks. But then I got older. I'm like, yeah, that's a little toxic, I guess.
Yeah, it's weird. My dad was like kind of like definitely thought no one was good enough for me, but
that's sweet.
That was a proper assessment of who I was dating. So
yeah,
that was just,
he had eyes and ears.
That was just him being smart.
Randy.
So actually cannot never made me feel bad because I was like, oh, looks like someone's pretty astute.
Someone's loser radar is tip-top shape.
Yeah.
I have an announcement. I have the cycle is complete. I was walking. I was walking in Washington Square Park at dusk the other day.
How romantic.
I was leaving the park by like where the guys who play chess are, and I'm on the phone, and then I look over in like the bushes, and I think he was one of the guys who plays chess, and he's standing in the bushes, and he goes, I can't believe this is happening, and he puts his hands on his head, and he's getting a public blowjob. I saw it.
This is the summer of public blowjobs in New York City.
Well, I think this is like the sisterhood of traveling pants now.
I know.
Yeah.
We're all initiated into this club.
I feel like we all need to get like a tiny penis tattoo to our wrist or something.
With like a little lips on it.
Or it's coming out of a bush.
Yeah.
Wow.
A little BJ necklace for all of us.
Damn.
Wow. Congratulations, Eric.
Yeah.
In all my life, I've just never seen a public blowjob. And then we all saw one this summer.
I guess maybe we
Shit's
weren't
getting
looking
real.
for them. We weren't looking for. I think people, I think maybe just everything, feels so lawless that people are like, you know what?
It does feel lawless.
Let me give and or receive a blowjob in public.
Now, it would be cool if we all saw a lady get eaten out.
Yeah.
That's never going to happen.
That's just so harder to do. It's like it's not a traveling activity.
No, I mean unless his head is like under her dress.
It's
but that's
hard.
still, and it's so hot out. You gotta wait until you can shower. Really,
Men never do though. Dicks. It's not like dicks taste great.
They
in
don't.
'98.
They don't.
Yeah, it was very humid. It's crazy. I didn't even think about that.
I didn't even make that rhyme on purpose, but it was funny. Yeah. So that was my first thing. Oh, I have a couple funny things, and then so shit. Could
Mark that timestamp.
Sorry. So my boyfriend was on. My boyfriend was on vacation this week with his family, and I was invited, but obviously I said no.
No thanks.
I talked about it at length. Part of it was just because it's just I can't be staying in a house with like a bunch of people that I don't know for a week. That's not relaxing.
A week is a long
My
time,
dog will be going nuts. And then also, quite frankly, I already went away to a lake house for 5 days. I don't deserve another 5-day vacation. I haven't accomplished enough this year.
That's the spirit. You just ran for fucking mayor.
I know, but I didn't even make the ballot. So 5 days is enough.
You should have.
I should have, but I didn't. So 5 days is enough. You get 10 days if you make the ballot next time. Listen, you got to be hard on yourself.
Yeah. I agree.
And so, I had caught up with a ton of stuff this week. But then he came home. He came over last night because he got home this weekend, and he came over, and I was like, oh, I gotta change the sheets, right? And I was like, I gotta change the sheets. I didn't get a chance to change the sheets on my bed. And he was like, what were you doing while I was gone? Like he immediately was like, thought I was like cheating on him.
None of your business.
And then I was just like, oh no, just Alfred threw up on the sheets a couple days ago, and I just wiped it, and I didn't change the sheets.
Ew, dude.
Which is true. It didn't smell. It's just like a regurgitation. And he, so
happens.
First of
Kevin's
all,
wiped his poopy asshole on the bed, and I'm like, I'll get that at some point.
if I changed my sheets every time Alfred threw up on my sheets, it would be like a hotel.
Is he okay? Oh my God. How many bed sheets do you own? Because you also send your laundry out.
A lot.
I lug it to it's humble girl summer
at
for
least
Krystyna.
6 sheets, if not more. But I just, and also I have a king, which is, I know this is first world problems, but it's very hard when you're 5'3" to change a king bed that's against a wall. You're climbing over. It's just not easy.
It's a lot.
So anyway, basically all to say that, no, I wasn't doing anything untrustworthy. I was just living in filth.
Yeah.
I was just living in complete squalor. That's what I was doing.
Or you're getting shit done and you were too busy
it didn't. I'm so short that my feet aren't anywhere near the edge of the bed, which is where Alfred is sweetly throws up.
It's so nice that you have a king bed.
Yeah, so he throws up at the edge, and I go,
Yeah, it's like so far away.
That's a world
It's like
away.
It's an acre away.
that's a world away.
You know? Yeah.
Next door.
Yeah, again, if it smelled, I would change it, but I was just like, I wiped it up, and I go,
I woke up with
all food.
brown stains on my white comforter this morning, and I realized it was because I purchased a box of mini Trader Joe's dairy-free ice cream cones, and in the middle of the night, I proceeded to eat 5.
Whoa.
I brought some of them back to the bed. I eat in the middle of the night, and I've been doing this so much lately. The wrappers of the food will be in the bathroom.
Wait, you.
And then sometimes
She
I'll bring the
sleep
food.
eats.
I sleep eat.
Wait,
and
you're
I'll-
like a fully asleep while you're doing it.
fully asleep, but when I wake up and I see the wrapper or I see a stain, it comes back. The memory comes back to me barely, not like the full memory.
so it's like
of
a
eating.
brown out eating.
Yeah, but I don't remember it at all until I see the evidence. I see the evidence, and then like 20% of the memory comes back. And I ate fucking 5 ice cream cones.
You eat more asleep than you do awake.
Yes, I do.
So
Yes, I
strangest
do.
thing I've ever
That's
seen.
kind
Very
of
weird.
efficient, actually. You
It's
just don't.
not. It's not great. It's not. That's not the time you're supposed to eat. That's like the only time you're not supposed to eat is when you're sleeping. Yeah. Well, whatever.
It's like you don't eat all day, and you just.
I do eat, though. That's the
if
thing.
if you meal prep and then
I
you
gotta meal
just
prep.
don't eat during the day,
Yeah.
and then you'll eat your meals at night while you're asleep, and you don't have to worry
Good for
about
the
it.
blood pressure or the blood
No,
sugar.
probably not.
But it's rude because food tastes the best in the middle of the night.
Well, I mean, right before you go to bed is really when I want to eat all my food.
Yeah,
Right when I
tastes
wake
the
up,
best.
I still eat. I basically eat like 2 breakfasts when I wake up because I'm so fucking hungry. You would think I wouldn't because I ate so much in the middle of the night. But yeah, it's weird.
First thing in
Weird.
the morning is the only time when I don't want to eat. I'm just like I have continuous morning sickness always. I have
I
my
used to
whole
get
life.
that.
It's just like I just feel disgusting in the
To be conscious again on this planet.
yeah. As far as like eating, no desire to eat until like a lot of times 5 p.m.
Nice. I went to Vegas for 24 hours.
Oh, yeah.
It was actually really fun. I've never been. I never go there for pleasure. It's always for work,
Yeah.
for comedy, which I enjoy. But it was like nice to go there just to go, and then to go somewhere for 24 hours was kind of cool. I packed just so many clothes, but I saw something, and I wanted to like. I just wanted to. I would hope that the white women listening to Guys We Fuck don't do this, but I saw the kind of white women every stand-up comedian makes fun of.
Oh no.
I was at this really cool live karaoke event, and the musicians were. One of the guys was in Savage Garden. I thought he was one of the 2 guys, but he was like a bassist for Savage.
He was the third guy?
So I spent like half the show. Like that's half the guy. That's not the main guy, but the other guy.
Right.
I thought, and then my bubble was burst, and he was just a bassist. But it was really cool. It was very fun. We were there late, and there's a bunch of people singing. Everybody had really good voices, and there was just not all the white women there, but like there was white women there that I'm like, oh God, oh stop existing, just stop. Like this one woman. Her titties were, she was wasted, going up to the bouncer who was like 3 feet taller than her and like trying to flirt with him in the worst way. And she was being way too aggressive. And he could tell, like, she was like 5'1" and she was being so obnoxious. But then these 2 black women, one of them wanted to sing because one of the guys in the band used to play with Evanescence.
Ooh.
And everybody got super excited. And this black one wanted to sing an Evanescence song. I'm like, oh, that's fucking, you have to have a voice for that because her voice is crazy. And she got super excited. And this white woman comes up to her and was like jumping up and down like she was at a Justin Bieber concert. Like, oh my God, you're going to sing Evanescence? That's amazing. Running her hands through this woman's hair.
Oh, God.
And I was like, no. What? No.
Guys, we gotta stop.
No.
touching each other's hair.
No. We do not touch anyone's hair. Do not touch black women's hair.
It's literally-
Don't do it.
it's
Why
like-
would you just so fucking rude?
It's actually hack at this point
Yeah.
for white women to touch black women's hair.
But
It's actually hack.
I didn't think it. I mean, then this is the white privilege. I didn't think it fucking happened anymore.
No.
I'm like, clearly this is a no. Like, why would you even think? How would that thought even come to your mind? And then you would take the extra seconds to perform the action? Are you insane? How far is your head up your own asshole? And the woman who was excited to sing Evanescence, this white woman like accosted her and was like jumping up and down and like and running her fingers through her hair. And I'm like, dude, and it got stuck in her hair. And I'm like, dude. And the woman,
Oh my
the woman
God.
who, not the black woman, she just looked so like, fuck off. Like, she didn't say anything. And I'm like, I wanted to punch her in the face, but I was like, I can't. No, don't get. I couldn't get involved unless I was gonna freak the fuck out on that white lady. And I didn't. I kind of wish I would have said something, because the look on that woman's face was just like, man, fuck you. Like, you could tell, it was just so fucking disrespectful. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I would hope to God that if you're a white woman and you're listening to the show, you would never even think of doing that. But just in case you still think that's okay, it's not. Don't do it.
I'm trying to think why. I guess because sometimes,
so
like in the
rude.
bathroom, like white girls touch each other's hair.
Do they?
Yeah, I guess, like, especially when they're drunk. I guess it's because, like,
I don't like
white on white hair touching is still accepted. Like, I don't like when people do it to me, but like, it's not like.
One time I was at the Comedy Cellar,
offensive,
and there was a woman. She's like a TV producer. I'm not gonna call her out, but
I know exactly who you're talking about.
I knew you would. I had I was wearing like big my curly hair. She fucking comes up to me. I'm sitting at a table next to Joy L. Johnson. She tries to comb her fingers through my hair.
These people have never met someone with curly hair, apparently.
What the fuck? And Joy L. goes, yeah, it sucks, doesn't it? I'm like, this is awful. What? Ew! It's so rude. It's so
don't touch
rude.
People.
Don't touch other people's bodies. Don't touch their hair. Don't touch their belongings. Don't touch their food.
Also,
respect personal space, man.
While we're on the subject matter of hair, I've been going to a lot of concerts this summer. My number one pet peeve is, like, girls will go wild. This is mostly at standing room only concerts, but it can happen if, like, if you're on the floor at MSG. People will be wearing their hair all the way bit down. That's great. I love long hair too. I have extensions sometimes, not right now, but sometimes I do. And I love long hair. Enjoy your long hair. No one wants your hair whipping them in the face during a concert.
I've been whipped by so many ponytails.
Ponytail hair. It is my number one pet peeve is other people's hair touching me at concerts.
And when it gets in your mouth, you just kind of want to barf.
Disgusting.
Yeah,
and maybe
gross.
Men like that, but
I don't think so. Do they?
Sometimes men like other like women's hair touching them. Yeah, I think men are weird.
Yeah.
Do not. If you're someone who likes to go wild at a concert, you need to be putting that hair in a bun or a clip or something that's not going to touch other people, because your hair is disgusting and everyone doesn't love your hair the way you love your hair.
No one wants your hair in
No
their
one
mouth.
wants your hair on them. It's disgusting.
Facts.
Thank you.
We're gonna mind our hair. We're gonna mind our fingers. We're gonna mind all of our parts.
Yeah.
And respect people's personal space.
I also don't like. I'm like the amount of whipping you need to do for your hair to be, and also like as you know.
But even when Willow Smith did it in the music video, she cleared the room.
She cleared the room before she whipped her hair back and forth.
Yes, as you should. You got to be mindful of the whole perimeter of your space.
That was really a PSA that Willow did.
Yeah. Ugh, I love Willow Smith.
I love that song. I listen to that song a lot.
Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of early 2000s hip hop lately.
It's a good song.
Oh, God. And also, Willow, I think she just goes by Willow now. Her singing career?
I would do that too after the slap her around the world.
I know, right? We haven't forgotten, world. She's like a punk band singer. She has her voice is unreal. Her musical taste is incredible, but she kind of sings like Haley from Paramore, like that style.
One of the best voices in the biz.
Yes, Willow has a voice comparative to Haley. Dare I say better, because the amount of styles of music that woman can sing is endless. I couldn't believe when I discovered that she like sang kind of punk songs. I'm like, she's really good. So you guys should listen to her music. It's good summertime tunes. Good summertime tunes. You know who's a good summertime tune?
Today's guest.
You're absolutely correct, Corinne. This woman is in a league of her own. She is known as the Evil Eye Queen, the Queen of Graham Avenue, and most notably, the Love Doctor. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a very warm welcome to Irma Camporese.